Wilson throwing 2 of his 4 touchdown passes to DK Metcalf, who also had 161 yards receiving in their 10-point win over San Fran yesterday. Stephen A., which is the better duo right now, Russ and DK or Mahomes and Hill?
This is a very, very, very hard thing because let me tell you something. Everybody knows how much I love this brother Tyreek Hill. Everybody knows that. But I got to tell you something. I'm a roll with Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf. I'm a roll with listen, Russell Wilson's got 6 interceptions on the season. Patrick Mahomes only has 1. Even though he's got 5 more touchdown passes and he's completing at about a 5% clip better of his pass, like 71 to 66 or 67%, near 67%. I get that. But the difference here for me is DK Metcalf. I would like to remind y'all, we all saw the play when he ran down. I keep forgetting his name. Buda Baker. When he ran down Buda Baker. That's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say something to y'all. Did you know that DK Metcalf is close to 6 inches taller than Tyreek Hill and 40 pounds heavier? This dude, let me tell you something right now. I know somebody said, I forgot which coach it was or whomever, they said that DK Metcalf is reminding them of Julio Jones. Not to me. When I see DK Metcalf, I see the second coming of Megatron, the one and only Calvin Johnson. That's what I see. That's what I see. This brother is a big, big target. He can catch outside the numbers. He can catch in between the scenes. It does not matter. He can go deep. He can be short yardage. He's a monster of a physical specimen. And I'm here to tell you something right now. With the options that he gives you, okay? Listen, Tyler Lockett can ball. We know they got Greg Olsen now. We know they got a running game. They got the number 1 offense in football, number 3 passing attack. I get all of that. Russell Wilson's got his weapons too. But DK Metcalf has arrived. And I think he is the second coming of Megatron. Megatron 2.0. That's who he is to me. And that is the only reason, Max, why I say, because it's almost blasphemous to consider how great Patrick Mahomes is, and you know how I've always thought about Tyreek Hill. But this brother right here, DK Metcalf, yo.
Calvin Johnson is, of course, the comparison. Of course he's the comparison.
Well, I think
but here's the difference.
The coach brought up Julio Jones. Some coach.
Look, Calvin Johnson coming out of college, people looked at and said, he has a chance to be the best ever because he's the most physically different, right? And he was great, but he wasn't the best ever. I never got the sense that Calvin Johnson lived and breathed and his whole life was revolving around football and he needed to be the best ever or he would die, right? Like, I didn't get that sense from Calvin Johnson, that level of passion. He was still among the all-time greats because he was great. I get that feeling from DK Metcalf. I think he needs to be the best, right? He loves football. And so, yeah, he has a chance to be the best who ever did it. Like, you know, it's way too early to say it, but there are lots of guys who've already played as long as he has, a couple of years, and you go, nah, he'll never be. No, he has a chance. That's how physically gifted he is. So I understand you putting a premium on him and saying him and Russell Wilson equals the best. I already think Patrick Mahomes is the best who ever did it, right? He's not the greatest, the most accomplished, but he's the best I've ever seen. I've seen Dan Marino and Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and Russell Wilson and Joe Montana, and who else do you want to talk about, right? I've seen Aaron Rodgers even. The best I've ever laid my eyes on is Patrick Mahomes. And by the way, and quarterback is more important than wideout. Now, Russell Wilson's totally great, and Tyreek Hill is not only great but underrated still. He's not a special teamsy kind of player who they put it wide out. He's a wide out. Deal with it. He's that fast, and he can catch the ball and make plays after the catch and all that stuff. He's just great. Okay, there's a premium on the quarterback position, and this year, forget about completion percentage, whatever. Patrick Mahomes in Russell Wilson's year. This is the year of Russell Wilson. Patrick Mahomes has 21 touchdowns, 1 interception, better TD to interception rate by a lot than 26-6, right? Which is Russell Wilson. Patrick Mahomes has a higher QBR than Russell Wilson. Number 1. Patrick Mahomes is on a one-loss team. So is Russell Wilson. I think if you looked at the quality of their wins, Bills and Ravens for Mahomes, Dolphins and Niners for Russell Wilson, if anything, probably Mahomes has a better quality win. In the year of Russell Wilson, one of the greatest quarterbacks who ever did it, maybe having his best season, this is the year we're going to give him MVP because, damn it, he deserves it. Patrick Mahomes better than him, period. He's the best. In the year of Aaron Rodgers, who might be even better than Russell Wilson this year, those two, one of the greatest of all time, having his comeback, Patrick Mahomes better than both those guys. Right now, we haven't even seen the best of Patrick Mahomes. We have seen Patrick Mahomes play better than this, and he's better than two of the best who ever did it, who are ever in all-time great seasons right now. Mahomes plus any elite wideout is always the answer, period.
See, this is what you're doing right now. You're saying Mahomes is this much better than this guy, so we got to go here. And then Stephen A., though the comparison makes sense on the outside, DK Metcalf is much more T.O. than he is Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson was way more fluid, way more bendy, high-pointed the ball way better. They're way different dudes. They're both just tall. He's way more T.O. But and then Stephen A's like, okay, but that dude is... He's like, that dude is so phenomenal that he's got to be the best one. I think when you look at this and you think about the duos, you're going to have to go quarterback first. And when you look at the quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes, with any of the wide receivers that you can mention, you would always take him because you say overall Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback. Now, if you broke this down and was like, okay, when it's just those two guys and who has the better connection, then I would say I would go Russell Wilson and I'd take DK Metcalf. But I just want to just throw this out there. I don't want to talk about, okay, what these people have accomplished, who's better overall. I just want to talk about if you go on the football field and you say that this quarterback is going to throw the ball to this wide receiver this many times, who's going to catch the most? Before I just took these duos, not with the rest of the team, if I was just taking these duos and you gave me a quarterback and a wide receiver to win in one-on-one matchups, I wouldn't take either of these duos first because I'd take Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. If we're just going to talk about a duo of players, a quarterback and a wide receiver who, when they know they have a matchup they are going to win, they win more than anybody else. They win so much that when Kyler Murray is dropping back to throw a pass to DeAndre Hopkins in one-on-one coverage, he got time to smile before he let it go. That's a duo that I think is unmatched in this league. DeAndre Hopkins can't be stopped from catching the ball in any type of way. Kyler Murray, one of the most live arms in football. Kyler Murray, one of the best creators in football. So if we're just going to talk about duo and not just enter in team accomplishments and who they are overall career-wise, just about a wide receiver and a quarterback tandem, they're better than both of them.
That's ridiculous. But